Triumph Scrambler 1200X finally launched. Plotted as a replacement for the Triumph Scrambler 1200XC, the Scrambler 1200, this new motorbike is now easier to access with a seat height of 820mm and can still be lowered to 795mm with the low seat height option. The suspension stroke has also been shortened so that it is easy for riders with a wider range of postures to ride. In terms of undercarriage, the Triumph Scrambler 1200X uses upside-down front suspension and dual rear shock absorbers from Marzocchi, replacing Showa and Öhlins. The diameter of the front brake disc is 310mm, smaller than the 320mm disc on the Triumph 1200XC. The calipers use Nissan products which are installed axially, whereas on the previous model they used Brembo M50 radials. Even though it seems like a downgrade from its predecessor, this was done so that the price of this new motorbike could be more affordable. Regarding performance, the Triumph Scrambler 1200, the exhaust header has also been revised to optimize exhaust gases and provide a wider torque range. As a result, peak power and torque now arrive 250 revolutions per minute earlier than the previous version. It has 89 horsepower of power at 7,000 revolutions per minute with 110 Nm of torque at 4,250 revolutions per minute, which is channeled through a 6-speed transmission. The riding aids sector also received an update with the presence of a traction control system and 5 riding modes consisting of road, rain, sport, off-road and rider configurable. In the cockpit, this macho scrambler-style motorbike is equipped with an instrument panel with Bluetooth connectivity to access turn-by-turn navigation and notifications on cell phones. Combine new features with a range of revisions and updates that apply to both the Scrambler 1200X can be seen as a substantial upgrade over their predecessors. The new 1200X is far more accessible, easier to live with day to day and, with £800 sliced off its price tag, considerably cheaper than before. Triumph has dropped the spec in areas. New Marzocchi forks, for example, are non-adjustable, but improved functionality, accessibility and safety with the introduction of lean-sensitive rider aids. All of the Scrambler 1200's incredible performance, capability and style, made more accessible. With its low seat height and effortless ergonomics, the Scrambler 1200X inspires confidence on the road and off it. Indian continues trying new things with the FTR and designed a new Challenger Elite for its 2024 lineup. FTR stands for Flat Track Racer, Indian launching a range of road-legal FTR 1200 two-wheelers in 2019 that were inspired by the conquering FTR 750 race bike. Now expanded to 5 bikes, Indian took the top street spec FTR Carbon and exchanged ideas with outdoor sports apparel brand 100% to create the FTR by 100% R Carbon. Effectively a two-way fashion collaboration, this FTR dons a white powder-coated frame contrasted with a blue candy color on the headlight surround, front fender, carbon fiber tank, and seat cowl, and a splash of red on the engine cowl and rear wheel. The Öhlins front fork shed its trademark gold for black. The rear shock is wrapped in a black spring, matching the black Akrapovic exhaust. Normally optional extras like the Giles tooling bar end weights, oil cap, and radiator cap come standard. This new limited edition model features even more upgrades and details that set it apart. Indian motorcycle and 100% co-branding highlight each tank side, the rear seat cowl, and the chin fairing. The fully adjustable Öhlins fork and rear shock get custom blacked-out treatment for 100% more attitude, along with a black-finished titanium Akrapovic exhaust. Carbon fiber components, engine covers, chain guard, and exhaust heat shield add additional custom detailing, and Giles tooling parts, including bar end weights, and the oil cap and radiator cap, complete the look. The FTR by 100% R carbon engine remains untouched, with Indian boasting a 120 horsepower from the liquid-cooled V-twin engine and 87 feet lb of torque. In addition, radially mounted dual-disc Brembo brakes, and a 4-inch touchscreen display powered by Ride Command with turn-by-turn navigation, Bluetooth connectivity, and 3 selectable ride modes, Rain, Standard, and Sport, round out the experience. The last extra included on the Challenger Elite is also brand new for 2024, a redesigned powerband audio system. The fairing and saddlebags point 4 100-watt speakers at the rider, double the wattage of the standard powerband units. The FTR by 100% R Carbon is priced starting at $18,999 and is highly exclusive, with only 400 motorcycles available worldwide, with less than half slated to be sold stateside. Buyers of the FTR by 100% R Carbon will receive a complimentary pair of Indian Motorcycle by 100% sunglasses. Ducati's new Scrambler 1100 will appeal to those riders who like the style of the original, but were put off by its size and lack of oomph. The 1100 is a retro that has big bike performance to match its looks, is built like a true slice of Italian exotica, and has the speed, grunt, character and handling to put a smile on your face. The Ducati Scrambler 1100 Sport is a motorcycle that, on the surface, doesn't make a ton of sense. It's really expensive at around $15,000, and relatively underpowered, producing just 86 horsepower at 7,500 revolutions per minute. But the second you throw a leg over it and thumb the starter lever, you're forced to forget all of that. The Scrambler 1100 was designed to do one thing really well: make you feel good. Its engine, the 1079cc, 2-valve, air, oil-cooled, 90-degree L-twin from the Monster 1100 Evo, has effectively been turned into a dinosaur by the high-revving, water-cooled multi-valve superbikes of today. But nothing else that Ducati makes today has the same charm as that big, thinned lump of aluminum. It's been tweaked slightly, with a single throttle body and twin spark plugs, but the old monster character is still there. The instrumentation on the 1100 Sport represents a considerable step forward from the previous models in the Scrambler line. You still get the offset round LCD display with the ring of colored warning lights and the odd backward tachometer, but you also get a little oval that comes off of it at the 10 o'clock position that gives you more information like speed and gear position indicator. The standard suspension on the Scrambler 1100 and 1100 Special is okay, but if you pony up for the Sport, you get Öhlins forks and shocks, and while stiff, the damping's adjustability and quality are excellent. The brakes on the 1100 are also excellent. The front 4-piston calipers come from Brembo and clamp down on 320mm discs. The The rear is a single-piston Brembo caliper that grabs onto a 245mm disc. The Ducati Scrambler 1100 Sport is a motorcycle that, on the surface, doesn't make a ton of sense. It's really expensive at around $15,000, and relatively underpowered, producing just 86 horsepower at 7,500 revolutions per minute. But the second you throw a leg over it and thumb the starter lever, you're forced to forget all of that. The Scrambler 1100 was designed to do one thing really well: make you feel good.